You might be able to relate that sleep apnea is a condition that affects millions of Americans. Brandon Roddy has a solution for you to get that much needed rest.
And joining me now are Dr. Sarah Kynard and Hector with SanAntonioSnores.com. How are y'all doing today?
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm glad that you're here. So before we get started, we have to let people know what exactly sleep apnea is. Can you tell me about it, doctor?
So sleep apnea is a really common condition. Over 30 million Americans have obstructive sleep apnea. 80% of those cases are undiagnosed. So this is a condition of sleep. So when you're sleeping, you have a narrowing of your airway where airflow is blocked. So you have a lack of oxygenation to your body.
You know, and I was actually going to ask you if this is dangerous, but it sounds like it is. If you're not breathing, it's probably very bad, right?
Absolutely. It puts an enormous strain on all of your body systems, especially cardiovascular. So one of the number one risks, life-threatening risks of sleep apnea is heart attack during sleep.
And what are some of the things that people should be looking for as far as symptoms if they think that this is something they might have?
So the number one symptoms are daytime symptoms, so sleepiness, daytime sleepiness, lack of focus. There's also nighttime symptoms like snoring or witnessed apneas, so that's when your sleeping partner notices that you're not sleeping at night.
And you know, people always say that they don't snore because they never hear themselves snoring.
That's right.
So how do you test for something like that? Is that something that you guys can help with?
Yes, so we have at-home sleep studies that we can do. So you come into the office, we screen you to see if you're a high-risk patient for sleep apnea. If so, you can take home an at-home sleep device. It's very comfortable. You wear it at night when you're sleeping in your own bed. And this will read various indicators such as snoring and your oxygenation at night when you sleep. If those indicators show that you have mild, moderate to severe sleep apnea, then we can help you get the treatment options that you need.
And Hector, this is actually some of the stuff that you use, right?
Yeah, so a couple years ago, I went through a sleep apnea test or sleep study, and they actually took me into it wasn't Dr. Sarah Kynard, went to a clinic and had to stay in the clinic all night long.
Oh my gosh.
It was very uncomfortable, and I was very nervous
That
doing
was your first mistake. You should have went to the best first.
Absolutely, but you know, you just didn't know, right? And so I went there, and then afterwards they realized that they diagnosed me with sleep apnea, and they basically told me to get a CPAP machine.
Wow.
This
And
CPAP machine I thought was going to be my saving grace. After being tired, fatigued all day, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm ready for a 30-minute nap, morning headaches. I ended up getting high blood pressure too. So my blood pressure level went skyrocketed.
So all the symptoms that you just said.
Yes, but the problem with the CPAP machine was that, as you can see here, could you imagine sleeping with this thing?
No.
You know, just can't sleep with it.
And instantly you're Darth Vader.
Exactly. And then it's just very uncomfortable. And so 3 years ago, I decided that this wasn't the solution. And so for 3 years, I've been sleeping just basically just uncomfortably and unhealthy. And
So very quick then, Hector,
Sure.
can you tell me about this is what you're using now?
Sure. So just recently, a month ago, I went to Dr. Kynard, and Dr. Kynard did another sleep study on me. I didn't have to go to any clinic. I didn't have to go to an office to sleep there. She sent me home with this actual machine, did a study, did the actual test, and it came back where I actually stopped breathing 33 times per hour, which is why it makes sense why I was tired all the time.
Right.
She came back, and they put this together for me. Yes.
And that's a lot, you know, that keeps you.
Oh, it's life-changing. My kids now are asking their mom, is Daddy home because we can't hear him snoring.
You're not waking everybody up.
I'm not waking up the whole entire house.
That's a great thing.
You know, I'm getting a whole night's sleep.
And doctor, if people want to get their own good night's rest, how can they get in contact with you? How can they get more information?
So they can give us a call or go to our website, SanAntonioSnores.com, to schedule a consultation and a sleep study evaluation.
Everything that you need right there. And we have a special offer as well. If you call today and visit this week, you can get a complimentary sleep study. That's a $350 offer. Call them at 210-592-4452 or go to SanAntonioSnores.com and get yourself some sleep. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so
Hector,
much.
thank you for coming out. Appreciate it.